way too busy. And we keep chasing, keep running and running. We don't have time to pause. We don't have time to stop, to look back within. And so when anything happens within our life, we act, we react. And the more we react, the suffer we are. Counter all that. But I know that because they are suffer, they have hate, anger. That is why they do that. And so we are not mad. But I did react. When they did that, I did react straight to their face. I said, may you be well, may you be happy and peaceful, with a smile. And this is what we really need in this world. We shouldn't react with anger. Because the more we react with anger, the more we be suffer. Because we are the only one who suffer, not them. They just do the thing that they need, they want, they like, and they left. But we are holding the anger within us. Days after days, years after years. It's because we are not mindful. And mindfulness is always with us. Within us, it's just that we are too busy, that's why we've forgotten it. Mindfulness is the breathing that we have, every single beings on this earth have. It's not about Buddhism, but all beings have this. Look at that breath going in, look at that breath going out. Naturally, without forcing. When you breathe in, you're aware of that breath going in. You know it's short, you know it's long. And then when thoughts pop up, we know that, oh, I have thoughts right now. It's thinking about the past. It's thinking about the future. But while we are right now, we need to live in prayer. Our inner child's been crying and asking for help. So much, so long. And yet, we still abandon it. Forgotten it. And that is why when we make this move and it touch your heart, because at this time, actually a lot of people slow down because of our walk. It's not that we are best, but it's because we also walk with mindfulness. And our message is very clear. We're asking everybody to walk with us together and walk with us together to Washington, D.C. and to the end of this world, to the end of our life, to make peace for ourselves and our family first. Without family peace, there will be no world peace. I think Americans say it takes two. So to be at peace, we have to be mindful. That I shared earlier within our breath. If we can practice every day when we go work, within 1 hour of working, we just take out 1 minute, drop everything, just utilize that 1 minute, close our eyes and breathe into our breath going in and out. When the thought comes, we acknowledge that as thought, come back with the breathing. Just within that 1 minute, that's it. And then come back to work. Get back to work. Another hour pass by, take another 1 minute. Within 8 hours, we have 8 minutes of mindfulness practicing. Right? And throughout the day, we have freedom. Our mind will also be sharp. A lot of students nowadays, they cannot concentrate on their schoolwork. Is that right? Very difficult for them to do their schoolwork because of all these distractions around. And we don't want our future generations to keep going on that path. We've been suffer. We don't want our children, our future generation, to suffer the same way. We want them to have a better life, isn't it? Just like our ancestor and father and mother and all those people who have fought for peace and freedom for us to have a peaceful life to live. They have done their part. We should carry on that message and live peacefully to pay gratitude for their sacrifice. And so now we sacrifice our time, our life to become a role model for our children. Powering here. If everybody live at peace, we don't steal stuff from the others. Do we need to shut our door when we go to sleep? Feel safe. We feel safe around all of the people that we love, and we believe everybody that is so peaceful and nicely. So why do we need to fight for it? Right? When we live around the good people, the positive energy people, the peaceful people, we don't have to worry about anything. But they have taught us already. We just have to walk on our own path. Even though that path is very rough. But because of its rough, but we still can walk on it. That makes us different. Receive it. No one else can. And so we cannot expect this world to be at peace without us working on it. So we are here tonight. We respectfully ask all of you here to walk with us to Washington, D.C. Will you walk with us?
Yes.
That is super low energy. I can hear you. Well, I know that but I only ask you to walk in spirit, okay? Don't hesitate. All we need to do is just practice every day. To be mindful, to have peace for our family first. That is how you support this movement. How you support this walk. That means you walk with us, not us alone. We do our thing, we throw it to the universe. It always returns to us. So do not throw hatred and anger anymore to the universe, because it will come back to us. So that I say every morning when we wake up, our mind is fresh, and we should do. Get a piece of paper and a pen out. Write out the statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Even though you already memorized it, you heard it many times from me. It's okay. But you still have to get a piece of paper and a pen out to write that down. It's very, very important to have our hand and our head, the job to do, which is our eyes, right? And then after reading it over with our eyes, read it out loud with our mouth. To tell we are the only one can mess it up, no one else. This is why we mess our days up. Let them say the thing that they want to say. Let them do the thing that they want to do. If they want. Okay? Eyes, yes. But in a peaceful way, hand it to them, not to do this, okay? It's very important. When you do this, it's going to be a big problem. Radiate it out. And that person can feel it. Right? The two negative energies won't make a difference. But one negative and one positive energy, whichever is stronger, that one wins. So if we can have a really good energy to share with that person, because that person is, at that moment, that person is not at peace. At that moment, that person is suffer. We should love that person. That's what we call loving kindness. No boundaries for loving kindness. It's because of suffering, because of full of hatred and anger, that is why he act or she act that way. We shouldn't hate them, but we should give them love. Loving kindness and compassion is needed for peace to bloom. Without love and kindness and compassion, peace is just a saying, or just on the sign. But it won't bring any peace to us. So I hope that with this message, it's useful for everybody. And I do truly hope that everyone will promise to walk with us to Washington, D.C. and to the end of our life, so that this world will be at peace and our future generation will have a better place to live. It may take a longer time. Maybe we are not be able to celebrate or to live at peace, but think about the future, because we also reborn. I don't know about other religions, but in our religions, we reborn until we attain Nirvana, which is enlightenment. Then we are no longer reborn. Other than that, we reborn. It's because the population is keep rising and rising and rising, right? Non-stop. That's why we call this world is under fire. We are living in fire. The fire of this world, we also have our world is also under fire. And it's keep burning each other in ourselves every day. Peace. This is a call. We don't need to waste more energy and waste our time, because we don't have much time left. Before we go, let's do something for ourselves before we leave this world. That is meaningful for us. Do something that's meaningful for us to change before we leave this world. We live, there will be no rest in peace. In order for us to rest in peace, we have to be at peace when we're still alive. So may you all be well, be happy and peaceful. At this time, I think if you have any question, I can answer a couple of questions, and then we come to the end, the conclusion. You have a question? No? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And you spoke tonight on anger and in the family. What if the family, how do we navigate when the family is in the vein as it was in Good Hope?
How do we navigate when our family is?
In the vein as it was in Good Hope, the interaction that happened in Good Hope.
That is when our family is not in a good hope.
Okay, let me rephrase it. How do we navigate it when our family and ourselves are in two different positions, as we experienced in the town of Good Hope when you monks walked through?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think I understood. Let me try to say this to see if I got it correct. Okay. In our family, to help, to support, which is our parents. Very difficult, because our parents, they are old. The more they get older, the more they are more difficult. And the mindset is, I gave birth to you. I know much more than you. I live long enough. Seriously, for many generations, it's been like that. And so very difficult for us to change them, to support them. But there's one thing that I say in my talk. We don't need to change anybody. And don't try to change anybody. We just have to change ourselves. The way of living, the way of talking, interact, the way of looking at them, the way of react when they say something or do something, that tells them everything. There are a lot of people have this kind of problem, that they cannot have a voice together in the family. And so understood that they have a different mindset. And so you work on your way to be a better person. Whenever they say something, you don't react, to show them that my practice, this is the result. I don't react. My belief, after I practice it, I don't react. When you done something, I don't react. I still love you. I still give you hope. I still give you love. That is the way. You don't need to try to change them by teach them or show them how to do things, how to live. But we just need to bring that into action so that they can see. That is how we can support our family. I hope I answer you that correctly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
When you started this journey, I'm sure you didn't know what to expect.
It touched my heart a lot. Give me a different look. Give me a different point of view. And that tells me that I cannot stop. Even though this journey is very tough. What happened, I still continue to bring this message to all the people that I meet. And so we keep on walking even though it's so many things happening around us until we get to Washington DC. And when we get to Washington DC, there are many people ask, what will we do in Washington DC? I said, let us finish day by day. Live at this present moment. And all these show me that this is love. This is what the world should be. We don't need to separate. We don't need to think too much. If we can live along with each other like this, that is more than, like I say, I have never expected its turnout, but somehow it's like this. So I'm very grateful. And I'm very grateful that everybody are supporting this walk for peace. I just hope that all the things that I have talked and shared is not pray for peace. Yes, in Fort Worth, Texas. And so that is why we have to travel home by either bus or flight. We cannot walk home. Initially, we was gonna walk home. Initially, I came up with that plan. But then my member caught me up. When I planned the route on map, and I got the wrong mileage. It showed me 2,800 miles. And I said, 2,800 miles is okay, it's not that bad. But then when my members start to look into it, it's all like 3,800 miles. And with this mileage, 20 to 23 miles per day, we okay. As long as our coordinator is not mad at us. When she is mad at us, she will let us walk 30 something miles. You know, when we walk, seeing so much people coming out to us and show us a lot of love, that makes us happy that we pick the right path to do, the right thing to do. So that also cheers us and give us a lot more energies. When we put him in the RV, he just cried the whole time. But when we let him walk, he just chasing after dogs and cows and he just want to run around like that. But he is a sweet dog, a very sweet one, sweet. Yes, ma'am.
When you guys are walking, are you just observing, or do you guys have a mantra you're saying?
When we walk in, we are mindful with each and every step. Myself, I pay attention to the breathing. It doesn't matter how fast we walk or if we on our steps. There will be monks using like the quality. Okay. the age range. We call Long Paul. He is the most senior monk in our group. He is 70. And he walked really, really good. And he walked every day really good. And he ordained to become a monk for 50 years already. So he been eating temples right for 50 years. And within this 71 days, he been eating food from all of you too. So it's 50 years of monkhood and 70 years old. And Venerable with the can in front of you, walking with the 2 stick, just keep looking down and walk. Sometimes he walk out the road. He just pay attention to walk. His feet, the first one, I was surprised. His first day, all the skin on his toe, he's not in the United States. And the youngest one is 29 years old. And all these venerable monks, when I call, and of course, whoever be available and be able to walk for this, we select it. Then they can join, they can apply and join. Overseas, we have to do the visa. But for the United States, it should be a lot of monks joining. It's because of the long journey. So most of the temple only have like 1 or 2 monks. They cannot live the temple for a long time. That's why we only have sometime 18, sometime 20. And there will be more monks to join later on. Yes.
What message can you get or can you get to the next generation, the younger side?
Younger generation. For the adults, I said, we need to dump our lover. When I say this, you'll be surprised. Our lover is our phone. The lover is the phone. How we treat our children, and that is how. And you believe it or not, now even a very simple math, they cannot calculate it without their head. They still have to use a calculator later on the phone. So if we could, we need to give them time. How much time they can play with the phone, the iPad. If they do good at school, those feelings, they cannot handle it. That is why now, let's say 16 and up, they have a lot of anxiety and depression. That they come to the temple to see me a lot. So we need to check on that. Just be aware, if we use the phone, if we use the iPad and the AI, there's nothing wrong with it. But we just have to use it right and when to use it. Because when we go online, we are out of control. Too much attachment online. Too much. And whenever the internet is out, we react really bad. It's like, it's the end of this world. And the internet company receiving hundreds and hundreds of calls with angry sound, voice. Why is my internet still not up? It's been a long time. We've been there, done that, right? So we need to care for our children more. Give them some work, give them something to do with their mind, with their head. If they can practice mindfulness, I'm pretty sure with you, their schoolwork, much, much better. Because of that concentration. They lack of concentration. They really need concentration. And of course, there will be technique, there will